What's up? It's your boy Reemus. We're back with the superior code because we're thinking superior things. We're going in direct conflict with what society is encouraging you to be because they want to program you to be weak. We don't want none of that. So, in this video, we're going to be speaking about the fact that you don't have your own empire if you're working for someone else. And I say this because I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, I'm building my empire. I'm working on my empire and all of that stuff." But their plan is to stay working a job that they don't like, and they think collecting money means they have an empire, and that actually doesn't make sense. You don't have an empire. You're not building an empire. It doesn't work like that. You're not going to be the king of your domain. It sounds like I'm putting you down, but I'm really not. I'm actually uplifting you because I'm just giving you a redirection if that's your plan. Now, to have your own empire, let's think about that. Go look and study empires. It starts with someone, or at least a group of people, almost conquering or bringing together certain nations or just certain cities or towns. You are literally being a conqueror because you're carving out your domination over a certain domain. So, I think, as I'm saying this, I'm thinking about Cesare Borgia. And Cesare Borgia, his father was a pope in like 1400s, and in the 1400s he was using his father's power to like be the foundation for him commanding armies and stuff, and he was conquering parts of Italy. But right before he managed to fully conquer Italy, and he would have been the emperor, what happened was his father died. He got ill or something, right? So that's carving an empire, because if he would have got it, he would have had dominion and control over that. Now, when you work a job for someone, right, you're actually working on their empire. You are actually working on their legacy. You are working on their strengthening their control. You're a worker. You're like a soldier in the army. And there's actually nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being a soldier in the army. The problem comes with this. When you're working for the wrong commander, that's the actual problem. It would have been much better to be part of, excuse me, it would have been much better to be a part of, say, Napoleon's empire, as opposed to an empire run by a commander who you don't respect. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, when most people work in these jobs that they don't like, think that's normal. You think just collecting money means empire. You think collecting money means legacy. You're not operating on your own philosophy. You're not carving out your own, um, what's the word? Like, I don't want to say domination, but you're not carving out your own thing. You don't have control over it, so it's not yours. So how can you say you're an emperor? How can you say you're carving out an empire just because you have money? That's like being a part of Napoleon's empire, but you're really, really rich. Like, you was one of the richest, but you say you a part of the empire is yours. It's not. You just have money. So we don't want to get confused and say there's a problem with working for someone else, because that's not true. It's actually that you need to work for the right empire. You need to be a soldier for the right empire, and you need to vet them and go, what are his qualities? Or that's how it's supposed to be. And and what benefit do I get from this for me? And then maybe you take your little bit of money, and then you kind of carve out your own dominion in your own world. But the highest state of working, I believe, is when you do have dominion over the land you have. So having a business is leaving an empire. You are carving out an empire because it's yours. And with that business, usually, depending on what the brand is, the characteristics is, you're actually influencing the culture you're in. You're actually influencing and having some sort of control over that. So you are you're conquering. You know, we can think about let's say a supermarket like Walmart. If Walmart has changed the way the shopping industry works, or let's say Amazon, you have carved out your own empire in that world. Do you get what I'm saying? So we can't get confused. We can't lie and say, hey, I'm working on my own empire, if you're not working on your own empire, because it actually doesn't make sense. But if that's what you want to do, then go out and actually go conquer some shit. But at the same time, don't think that you have to, because really it doesn't matter. Just work for the right army, you know, work for the right empire. The people back in the day that were part of the Roman Empire, they were so happy about that. Watch the Roman movies and stuff. They'll be like, yeah, for the glory of Rome, for the glory of Rome, we'll die for Rome, because they loved being part of the empire. It was worth being part of the empire. It doesn't matter if you're the emperor or not. You're part of the Roman Empire. That comes with class and comes with prestige, you know? And that's what we can bring into our own lives. But I'll see you in the next video. Peace.